All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye, doing a review on the game. And yeah, it's between the champs, Leicester. I will never get used to saying that. Team Arsenal Football Club, who are set to play in the Saturday evening game at 5:30. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, um, we are already at a stage where this is a must win for us. Um, we need to get our season started. Um, I'm going to attempt to try and do this video without bitching. It's going to be hard. I'm going to try. So I'm really trying to focus on the game. You know, all of our concerns about the transfer window needs to really just be put to the side. At the time I'm recording this pretty late, to be fair. Normally I have quite a few viewers live that watch it at once, and I'll be surprised if I get anything, quite frankly, because it's a Friday night. Quite frankly, if you're like me, sad like me, and not doing anything, I don't know what to tell you. I'm actually doing something tomorrow night, so I'm not totally sad, but I am still in on Friday. So, hey ho. Anyway, so about the game, well, what can you say, man? It's at a point where, like I said before, we have to win. It's going to be extra spicy given the history between Arsenal and Leicester over the summer, with us attempting to try and buy Vardy and failing spectacularly. And then people, I still believe, overreacting about Mahrez. I'm not 100% convinced we were in for him. I think we had interest. I definitely think we had interest. But I think we have so many winners at our club. It doesn't make feasible sense to, in my opinion, almost, I don't know. You can still see I'm battling this cold. But yeah, this doesn't make feasible sense to to buy Mahrez. It just doesn't. And I'm saying that now, it wouldn't surprise me if Wenger, in his desperation to try and get a big signing, buys a Draxler and makes us all look silly. But in my opinion, it just doesn't make sense for us to go and attempt to buy a winner. Signing has never really kind of made sense to me. The Mahrez signing. But it won't stop winding Arsenal fans up about it and saying how, our players, you're not a big enough club. I can imagine what the fucking songs would be like. Songs about you're not a big enough club anymore, and how Vardy and Mahrez rejected you and this, that, the other. Listen, I think if we made a strong enough play for Mahrez, we're one of those 2 or 3 clubs I think he would have come to. I really do. I think he would have come. From our own point of view, I honestly believe that it's important to not only win against the champions, but get some points on the board and get them on the board early. We need to win our next 2 really to at least go into the international break with some sort of enthusiasm. And then on the off chance that Wenger decides some madness and actually buy somebody, we'll have a good foundation to potentially bed them in, and because it's going to be a slow build for us. I mean, my gosh, I watched Man United today, and some of you guys know already if you follow me on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go follow me at Colossal Chig, CHIG, Colossal. Yeah, gosh, they looked amazing. They clicked. And here's the scary thing: they're not even fully match fit, and for me, they completely destroyed Southampton. Yes, Southampton had a few chances and stuff, but man, I think they look unbelievable, and they are definitely my pick for the Premier League. I've said that on Twitter before. I'm saying it to you guys, face the camera. So you guys can see me on camera. I hope I'm wrong. I'm wrong, and I hope it's because Arsenal won it, and that's why I'm wrong. But I honestly believe that they are going to win the league. I think they are. They look unbelievable. So yeah, we're at the point now. Anyway, let's not talk about other teams. Let's focus on Arsenal. The one thing I like about this game is that Leicester will allow us to play. The thing I hate about this game is at the same time we will also allow Leicester to play. So by that I mean giving Jamie Vardy a lot of room to do his thing. That concerns me. I honestly believe teams have started to figure Leicester out, and generally it's, drop deep against Vardy, drop deep and make him try and dribble you, which I don't listen to do. And play high against Leicester, you're going to concede goals, and I fear that we're going to do that because Wenger doesn't know the definition of changing tactics, or at least catering tactics towards the team that you're playing. So annoying. So I could see him getting a couple of goals. So it might just have to be, we might have to outscore these motherfuckers, which I'm not sure how we're going to do. This is the team that I think Wenger will go for. And as I announce the team, I will announce who I would pick. But this is the team that I think Wenger will go for. I'm so sorry about my voice. 1 second. My gosh, I didn't realize how bad it was until I started talking to you guys. So yeah, in goal, Chet picks himself. Did concede 4 last week. Crashed his car. Hasn't had a particularly great week. But I think he'll finish it well, and I think he will. I think he will make a couple of really good stops in this game. I think we'll need him to. I think Vardy will have some chances. Yeah, Chet in goal. And I that's what Wenger would do, and that's what I would do. Bellerin didn't have a great game last week. You guys know this. I marked him out of 10. I thought he had a poor game. But I think as he starts to get fit, I think you'll see a great deal from him, particularly in a game like this, where I'm not even sure he plays on the left-hand side for them. Let's say it's the Gray, that Gray guy, and his name's, I want to say Julian Gray, but I don't think that's his first name, but Gray is his name. If he plays on the left-hand side, then I can see Bellerin getting a lot of space to be able to do his thing because he's inexperienced, that Gray guy. See him playing, and that's who I would pick as well. Then I'm going to do the other fullback. The other fullback, I believe, Monreal will be the left back, as he should be. I don't think any of us are going to debate that here. I think that's who is going to play, and that's who should play. So yeah, I think that'll be Monreal. And then our central defenders. So this will be where the change will take place. I think Holding had a real baptism of fire last week, and I don't really blame him for any of the goals that went in for the simple reason that the man is young and inexperienced and should have never been in that position in the first place. His first game should have been a Carling Cup game. It should have been Liverpool as a season opener. But we are where we are. I believe Koscielny will come back in. He's our best defender. He should come back in, and I think he will come back in. And then on the right-hand side of the central defenders, I believe Koscielny will play with Chambers. Chambers is the more experienced of the two, in terms not of Koscielny and Chambers, but of Chambers and Holding. He's the more experienced of the two. You would hope the more capable of the two. Um, they do say Holding is quite a similar player to see why people say that. So in which case, I think the combination of kind of Chambers nonsense with them running off the ball, just kind of booting the ball away, and Koscielny's more ability to be more comfortable on the ball, I think, is the pair that will work better. So I expect to see those two start, and I think those two will start. And then the central midfield. So this one's going to be a hot debate because we are well blessed with central midfielders, even with injuries. So Ramsey's out injured, so it presents an opportunity for people. In my opinion, who I would like to see start there is I would like to see Xhaka, the Coquelin start there. The reason I'd have those two as opposed to Santi is because Santi, I've got plans for him in a minute. So I'll tell you about that shortly. I think with Xhaka, I think he's ready. You might as well introduce him now. It's one of the major signings we have made. So let's play him. Let's start to bed him in. And I think someone like a Xhaka could be important against a team who defensively, at least last season, were very, very sound. So we might need someone who is a really good passer of the ball, someone who's very capable. And because I don't expect Ozil to start, we do need as many pass masters as we can. And that's one thing Xhaka can do. He's a very, very good passer. Very, very good passer. So I expect that to be the case. And I think potentially a great foil for a Xhaka is a Coquelin. Coquelin, for me, I have been a harsh critic of Coquelin before. He does a particular job very well. And one thing I start to worry about with Coquelin is when he starts his Hollywood passes because he can't do it. In fact, it really pisses me off every time he does it. I don't care if he makes a pass or can't do it on a consistent basis. So one thing I realized kind of the season before last and kind of the beginning of last season was Coquelin played his best football in Corzola, where all Coquelin did was break apart with an attack, pass it sideways to Corzola, and then Santi will do that deep line quarterback like type of role, if you like, that kind of right, give me the ball, I've got this. And I think Xhaka can do that Santi role. So in which case I would have a Coquelin there and basically just drill into him that look, don't do any Hollywood passes, don't do anything flash. All I want you to do is break apart the play and send it to your left. And I believe that that's what will happen. I believe that and I believe that that will be the partnership going forward, to be honest. Which is harsh on El Nene because El Nene I don't think was fantastic last week, but then there wasn't a lot of people who were on the team. I thought he was okay. But yeah, I think El Nene will get better as the season progresses, and we're going to need him. We're going to need him. It's just for me, this is not the game we're going to need him in. I think those two are the pair, Coquelin and Xhaka. I think those are the two holding midfielders that we'll need to stop people like Mahrez, to stop people like Vardy, to stop people like Okazaki or whoever they play, or whoever they play. Musa, I think his name is. Whoever they play, just stop them. So then, yeah, so just in front of them, I don't think Ozil will start, but I don't necessarily think Ozil should start. If he's only been training a week, sit him on the bench. Sit him on the bench and have him as part of the squad. I think the man that absolutely changed the game last week and made you think for 1 minute Arsenal were going to come back into the team, it was Santi. Santi, for his age, is his age, he's a brilliant player. Brilliant player. Still one of our most underrated players, in my opinion. And I started him in that number 10. He should have started there last week. Start him there this week. Right or wrong, let's start him there this week. And in my opinion, Santi always plays his best football in the centre, whether that's deep as a number 8 or as a number 10. He always plays his best football in the centre. So start him as a number 10. And then I guess it's the tricky problem of your wings. Now, here's the thing. Personally, on the right, and I'd put Campbell on the left. He ain't going to put Campbell on the left because for whatever reason, Wenger does not like Campbell. In fact, I'm hearing stories on Twitter that he's loaning Campbell out to Sampdoria, which I'm just like, why are we letting Campbell go? What does Wenger not see in this kid that the rest of us see? Talented. I'll be gutted if he goes on loan. I really will be gutted. So I don't think he'll start that. I personally, that would be the way I'd go. What I think he'll do is I think he'll play Alexis on the left. The striker experiment, not in this game. Not in my opinion. I think he should start on the left, have him cut him in. Sorry, I think he should start on the right, but I think he will start him on the left, have him cut in. Well, in which case, who plays on the right-hand side? Do you go with Theo, who, to be fair, played well? He did play well last week. I really thought he did quite well. I thought he was our best player, along with Ox. Who's the other option? Would you go with Ox? Both of them had good games last week, to be fair to them. And the latter of which came off the bench. So it really does show you he had a good impact on the game. I personally would go with Ox. I start Ox up front. Sorry, I'll start Ox on the right. And tell him, sweet, just be direct, be decisive, and just run your arse off. Because I would have Theo up front. A lot of people have done that. There's no point rushing Giroud back. Giroud, it does take a while for Giroud to get into games. Yes, this Leicester game is a must-win. Yes, Giroud is our best recognised striker at the moment in this game. In my opinion, I think with Giroud, with a game like this, you want Giroud to come on when you're like 1 or 2 up, and you need someone to kind of hold up the ball, take the sting out of the game, and potentially cause problems with his physical presence while working to his match fitness. You could do that. So you just have Theo tiring these guys out. Have Theo running and terrorizing the defense. Running, terrorizing the defense. Interchanging with Alexis, interchanging back. Interchanging with Ox, interchanging back. Have them cause problems. Because we can do it. We can do it. So that is the team I think Wenger will pick. I agree with some of it. I don't agree with others, but I think that's the team you'll go for. My prediction, I think we'll win this game. I'm really trying to think positively. I think Leicester will allow us to play. Last season, and they absolutely got annihilated by us. I don't know how that result happened. I don't think it will be a 5-2. That's for damn sure. But I can see us winning 2-1, and I'm going to go for 2-1. I think we'll win, and we'll win convincingly. So 2-1. And that's it, really. Let me know what you guys think. What team do you think Wenger will pick? What are your predictions for the game? Are you as nervous as I am? Are you as confidently nervous as I am? Do let me know. I'm really sorry about this. I'm hoping I'll get it fixed at some point. My voice is ridiculous. Other than that, people, take care. Up the Arsenal. Peace.